Hey there, welcome to day 1124 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world, real world of business, to the online world of business. Now, the online world is business, it's real business, but coming from corporate America and coming from actual physical brick and mortar businesses in a bunch of different industries, it feels more real to me than the digital world, than the world of the internet, than, e-commerce and things. It just feels more real. Even though there's many components that are similar, there's a lot of things that are actually different. And I found that as I'm making my transition, I have been different. I have done things differently, and some of them have been good things that I've done differently. Other things have been really a struggle and a waste of time and a block for me. I want to talk today a little bit about brainwashing, because for the Get Up and Go Challenge, day 25 today of our 30-plus day challenge, we are talking about mental soap. And to me, mental soap is brainwashing. Instead of other people washing our brain and giving us ideas and telling us what we should think, we are choosing what we're going to think. We are choosing to wash our own brains, wash our own thinking, wash our own mindset, and create the beliefs and the thoughts and the mindset that we need to create the life that we want, which is very different than other people or anything outside of us giving us ideas and thoughts and beliefs that we should think about. Now, all of our beliefs initially, I don't know what we come into the world thinking. I've got a brand new granddaughter, so it's got me thinking about, well, what do babies know? What do they think? What are their little minds thinking? Are they just little absorbing sponges? How does it work? I don't know. I haven't studied baby psychology or child psychology, but I wonder, because I know that for me personally, all of my thoughts and all of my beliefs, even the ones I'm not aware of, have come from my past experiences. All of my past experiences clump together in my brain, and my brain serves up what it thinks I need at any given time based on everything I've experienced up until now. Now, I can choose to change my experiences, change my environment, change things to think differently, but all of that can still impact me. It can just sneak up through my subconscious and boom, pop up and show. And then what I didn't like to think, what I watch, what I read, what I expose myself to, where I go, my environments, all of the people I interact with. Sometimes we just exist and we don't necessarily realize the impact that that's having on us. And that's an actual form of personally brainwashing ourselves in our choices. The choices that we make and what we surround ourselves with, what we watch, has a definite impact on our lives. I remember 10 years ago, and I kind of have this way of perceiving my life before my sudden cardiac arrest in 2010 and after my sudden cardiac arrest in 2010. Because although I'm the same person, I am very different in how I show up in the world now than I was before. Before, I ran around like a chicken with my head cut off, working all the time, stressed out to the max, beyond belief, doing way too many things, saying yes to too many things, trying to do too many things, and being miserable in other areas and aspects of my life, but not admitting it because I was so busy doing so many things. I was brainwashing myself into thinking, if I just work hard enough, if I just create enough success in my life, in my financial life, in my business world, everything else will be okay. That's one of those things we brainwash and convince ourselves that it's true, but it's absolutely not. The harder we work isn't necessarily the more success we'll see. The harder we work to provide things for those we love and care about, in the meantime, ignoring our relationships will cause those relationships to go away. They won't actually foster and create what it is that we want. So, missing everybody's birthdays and anniversaries and holidays and festivities for a long period of time because you're working all the time will take a toll on those relationships. But we brainwash ourselves. We convince ourselves to thinking, well, I just have to work. I have to work all the time. I have to do all these things. And it's just an excuse. It's an excuse we tell ourselves to make us feel like we're doing the right thing or what we should do. I've learned that the more I think I should do something, and the more I feel like I should do something, the more I need to question that and say, Should I really do that? Is it important that I do that? Is it urgent that I do that? Really, should I do it? Am I believing and thinking I should do it? Or is it some outside force or influence or past belief or past experience or pressure from people around me that I should do a certain thing? And so I really analyze and think about my shoulds these days. So brainwashing, mental soap was the topic of our Get Up and Go challenge today. So we looked at the S, the O, the A, and the P from our mindset, our thoughts, and our belief standpoint, and how do we go from where we are to where we want to be. That's what the whole soap framework is about. It's about understanding where we are, understanding where we want to be, and then filling that void through analyzing our options, what else is possible, looking at and deciding what to take action on, what can we do right now to move us toward what we want, and then looking at our progress. Are we moving in the right direction? Are we moving toward what we want, or are we moving away from what we want? And if we're not moving toward what we want, what can we do right now to move us toward that? So we go back and forth and back and forth. It's a cyclical experience, right? Because change never ends. So our application and our washing up and our using soap never ends, especially during COVID-19. Our idiom today was, never judge a man till you walk a mile in his moccasins or a mile in his shoes. The original saying was moccasins, but it became shoes. So we got our moccasins sitting right here. And that basically means put yourself in somebody else's place, or shoes, or be empathetic, or look at situations from a different perspective before you judge or make conclusions or draw conclusions or make decisions based on really false information. Because chances are we don't understand someone else's perspective. We don't understand their reasoning. We don't understand their motivation. And if we don't find out and ask, we will make decisions based on partial information, which never leads to the best results, at least not in my experience. So our centering challenge today was about feedback, which kind of ties into what we're talking about. We want to get feedback from people in terms of how they're experiencing us. Right? I actually love feedback. I did really fun things in corporate America with feedback, and I then used those same things in my businesses that were not about my job, but were the businesses that I was running on the side. And we would do really cool things with feedback. We did group feedback. We do 360-degree feedback. We would pick the people that we wanted to get feedback from. So we created a feedback form and ratings and different ways of giving feedback. We asked a series of really questions designed to help the person that was seeking feedback. Guess what? If you're getting feedback that is really meant to help you, not judge you, not criticize you, not tell you all the things you're doing wrong, but really to help you become a better whatever it is you are, whatever job you're doing, or whatever team member you are, or whatever mom or whatever role you're playing, if you're getting feedback from people that are really trying to help you and that are wanting to see you do better and become the best version of yourself, that feedback is always good and it's always well received. It's feedback that's usually unsolicited, which to me isn't feedback, it's judgment. It's comments on social media, it's mean emails or mean customer reviews or something. It's things like that that are not really coming at you to help you do better. They're coming at you so somebody else can vent about what's going on in their life, because they almost never have anything to do with you or your company or your performance or your personality or you personally. They have to do with the person that's judging. So I like to say there's a big difference between judging and feedback. If I'm judging something, I'm saying how I feel about it, which has nothing to do with the other person. But if I'm giving feedback, it's all about the other person and what do I perceive about them that they may or may not want to know, that they may or may not choose to take action or change or do anything about. They might just be, saying, oh, well, that's because you and I are different personality types. And so when I talk really fast, it drives you insane because you are an absolute positive opposite personality type to me. So you want things at a slower, more calm pace. And so you giving me feedback that I talk too fast, it may or may not be something that I act on. But it's meant to help me understand how you perceive me, if that makes sense. So I thought that was a good one today. So who do we get feedback from? Who can we get feedback from? Who can we seek out to get feedback from that will help to center us and help us understand ourselves better so we can decide how we want to be, who we want to be, how we want to show up in the world. What else is going on? I think I mentioned in one of my videos today that I am going out, venturing out into the world. Today, you know, COVID-19 doesn't have us doing a lot of that physically. I'm physically going out in the world. I'm going to Costco today. I'm going to Costco. I need some paper products. And my son was going to go for me because he and my daughter and my son-in-law and my sisters and everybody have been kind of waiting on me the whole last year. It's almost a year now. And I sometimes just want to get out and go myself, not just do everything remotely and digitally through the computer and through Zoom and through StreamYard and Facebook and all the different platforms. Sometimes I want to get away from the teddy bears and go interact with human beings as well and see what's going on out there and see how things are changing. Every time I'm out and about, you know, I go get my nails done. I do certain things, but for the most part, it's, you know, we've hunkered down for a year now. I don't know about you, but I am like massive cabin fever and ready to bust at the seams and get out and do stuff again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go make a brave trip to Costco today and see what I can get. I better make a list. Otherwise, it'll take me forever. And I don't really want to hang out there a lot. I just want to go get the stuff that we need and maybe a couple of other things, because you can't go into a big store like even Target or Costco without getting other stuff that's not on your list. I mean, some people can, but some of us can't. All right, that's it. That's all I've got today. If you need anything or have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow, documenting the journey of what I'm doing as I move from the offline world to the online world. Have a great day.